All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about how to prep your soda for the soda firing. So we've been firing our soda kiln for several years now. We've got a lot of residual soda built up in the kiln. We originally started out with like 7 pounds, but we've dialed it back considerably to about 2 pounds, and we're going to do about 2 gallons of water to 2 pounds of soda. It just depends on how much you fired your soda kiln. So we've weighed out 2 pounds of soda ash, sodium carbonate, right here. You can get that in the Glaze Lab. If you run out of this container, there's a larger white container on the top shelf. You can find some more. Okay, so one important thing about mixing up soda is that you need to start with some hot water. So I'm going to run this. I turn the cold all the way off. This particular faucet gets pretty hot, so which is pretty good. I've got an 8-quart container, which is 2 gallons. I'm just going to fill that up, and while that's filling up, I'll talk a little bit about why you've got to do hot water. So if you can use cold water, but the soda ash does not dissolve very well with cold water, and so this is why we're using hot water. Sometimes people will boil their water if they don't have a lot of hot water in their sink, and we're pretty fortunate to have some really nice hot water in our sink, so we're not going to have to boil it. So then I'm going to take this whisk, get this whisk ready to go. We're almost up to 8 quarts. Move this out of the way so you can kind of see that. This is a 3-gallon sprayer, and we're just going to put 2 gallons in there. Okay, so we're almost to 8 quarts. Okay, so that's pretty good. All right. Now I'm going to slowly put in this soda. Put it in, kind of stir it up. It's going to be dissolving. I don't want to do it all in one big clump because I want it to be nice and dissolved. So soda ash is pretty caustic. So what I mean by that is if you get it on your hands, if you've got cuts or anything on your hands, it's gonna sting them. But it's also gonna kind of eat your skin a little bit. So you can use some nitrile gloves if you want. We'll just try to be really careful not to get this stuff on your hands. Okay, so I stir this up really good. That's pretty good. The hot water kind of helps dissolve it. Okay. And then I usually do this in the sink just in case you spill a little bit. Easily cleaned up. You know, if you wanted to get really technical, you could get a funnel out. We'll be all right. I'm getting a little bit on my hands, so I'm going to rinse them off as soon as I'm done. So what you don't want is clumpy soda ash in there. If you do get some in there, it's going to clog up the sprayer. Okay, I got a little bit on my hands. I'm going to just kind of rinse it off. All right, and then I'm going to grab the pressurizer, stick this in there. One thing you want to make sure this on this particular sprayer that this flap is down. Sometimes it gets kind of pushed up. Make sure that's down. If that's not in place, this thing is not going to pressurize. I want to get this on pretty tight. Okay, and then to pressurize it, I'm just gonna, now there's only 2 gallons in there, so it's gonna take a little bit more work to pressurize it. If there was 3 gallons, it would be pretty quick. So I'm just gonna go until it's kind of getting hard for me to do it. Turn it, lock that so that you can pick it up. And then you can go ahead and while you're inside, you can kind of test it and make sure that it's good to go. So we're good to go, it sprays out. Okay, now we're ready to spray.